Okay, so we're back at the router, and I just wanted to talk about work positioning and spoiler boards. So I've been working with this machine for approximately 2 years now, and I found that having a known zero that doesn't change is really handy when working with 4x8 material. So in this case, this is a piece of 3/4 or 19 millimeter MDF, and on top of it is a piece of material for cutting. And the way I've started doing this is squaring the MDF on the table, using the router head if necessary, so that the MDF is squared with the table. And there's gaskets in the different zones of the table that keep it from moving very much, so that's important. And then I put a piece of 48 by 96 material directly on top of the corner here. This particular machine homes over here. So what I'll do is I'll home the machine the very first time after resetting the spoil board. And then I will manually drive the machine down to the end of the table, all the way down here, and find the corner of the sheet with a very small cutter, approximately 1/8 of an inch, and locate the corner of the sheet. I can never be exact, but I can be really, really close. And then I put spacers on these sides of the sheet. So one here, one down there, and one over there. And then outside of the spacer, I take another piece of material that's less than the thickness of my average work, and I shoot it down to the table so that I can position a sheet and then pull this out, and I can cut all the way to the edge of the sheet and not hit the stop. And the stop stays stuck to the spoil board. This MDF from Home Depot comes 49 by 97. So I've got a 1/2 inch on each side, or excuse me, 1 inch on each side where I can put my spacer. So that way I know exactly where the edge of the sheet is in the computer, and I know where it's going to be. And then once I locate the zero, I zero the machine there, and then I send the machine back to home, and then I record the distance from home to that location. So this is the southeast 0 point, and I can then relocate the machine's Y and X values to get exactly back to that location every time. Now, it would be kind of handy to make these more round numbers, like 2500. So in the future, I can put a stop on the table for my spoil board, or a mark. And then I can make these numbers like 70 millimeters and 2500 millimeters, and that would be really easy to locate. The Z doesn't really make sense because the Z is variable on material thickness. I was just in the middle of a large run of parts, and I had to cut something in the middle, so I needed to mark that down. So anyway, having that known location is really great because I draw a sketch of a 4x8 in the computer, and then I nest all my parts in it, and then I can use that sketch as the I could set the zero of my drawing on the corner of that sketch, and I know exactly where I'm at on the table, and this greatly reduces crashes and accidents. So that's just something about setting up spoil boards and stops on the router. So I hope that helps somebody. Thanks. Bye-bye.